We're here to salute the courage of all of those who are on board the boat, because it's no mean task, considering the history of the boat and the history of the way the Israelis have treated those who have tried to bring humanitarian aid into Gaza. I travelled in on the second trip, and on that trip the Israeli Navy shadowed us quite a lot of the way. On the next trip, regretfully, they rammed the boat, and the boat had to limp into Lebanon, and it hasn't been the same since. This is a new boat that was got to bring in a lot bigger of a load of humanitarian aid, just to do what the rest of the world should be doing. A small organisation is trying to breach the blockade of Gaza. When we went in, a number of us aboard the boat in November, we brought with us again medical aid, and it was only a small bit of what was required at that time, and that was in November. That was before the huge onslaught of Israel on Gaza that we watched on the televisions, and that there was very little that we could do on the outside but to protest and to send our solidarity. Since then, Derek and the rest of the Free Gaza movement have tried to build up a load of money to try and ensure that there was a flotilla of boats would travel into Gaza on an ongoing basis, and also to bring in as much material, humanitarian aid, that they could. And here is the response of Israel. In breach of every single humanitarian and international law, they have interfered with humanitarian aid. That is a breach of every international law. And yet, this government and other governments have not come out and roundly condemned them for that action. And that's the message that goes out from here today. We condemn the Israeli government for interfering with humanitarian aid, for piracy and capturing a boat, bringing it, and kidnapping Irish citizens and other citizens who were aboard that boat. Their only crime, their only mission was to go in and see for themselves the plight of the Palestinian people in Gaza. I saw for myself last November, and as I said, this was before the huge onslaught which killed many thousands of Palestinian citizens and left many tens of thousands others injured who couldn't be properly treated, not only because there wasn't the medical aid available, but because the hospitals were also targeted by the Israeli warplanes. So we need, as citizens of Ireland, to gather together, get donations, put them together, and send over help to the people of Palestine. We need to support those people who are willing and courageous enough to travel in by boat. They need money to fund those trips. They need money to get the aid, whether it's concrete, whether it's cement, whether it's toys, school books, and simple things that we take for granted in our society here are not available in Gaza at this time. But more importantly, they need food, they need medical aid, they need medical equipment. So I'm urging people here to put their hands in their pockets and encourage other people around them to put their hands in their pockets and make donations to the Free Gaza movement and also medical aid for Palestine, so that we can do our bit here. Beyond that, we need to build up support for a campaign of boycott of Israeli goods, bigger and better than ever before. And we need to encourage this government and European governments to end their preferential trade agreements with Israel. Israel needs to be ostracized by every country in the world until they learn what it is to respect international law. So I'm not going to go into major detail. I would encourage people to look on the info at Gaza, on the web and every other internet site. There is people in Gaza who are writing in Gaza at wordpress.ie is a brilliant site which says and explains the daily lives of the people living in Gaza, the Palestinian people. I'd encourage people to go on the IPSC website, and I'd encourage people to donate and encourage other people to donate. And in particular, we need to increase the boycott of Israeli goods in Ireland, and then to encourage our friends abroad to do the same.